Hello and welcome back to another Wellness Wednesday meditation break. Lydia here, and it is such a pleasure to be back in action with you after the MPHA conference. It was a pleasure to see everyone there, and I'm looking forward to continuing our wellness work together. So, with that being said, go ahead and consider what you need to make this moment a moment of self-care for yourself. Perhaps make yourself comfortable, enjoy some water, hydrate, sit back and relax. Here we go. Some technology prompts to help you get the most out of your session today. I highly recommend listening with headphones if possible. You may also want to consider making adaptations to your environment so that it facilitates relaxation. And that could look like dimming the lights, making sure that your notifications are muted so that you can enjoy this time uninterrupted. We're going to be diving in once more to our mindfulness practice. And just a gentle reminder what mindfulness is and how we practice it. So unlike common misconception of meditation, mindfulness does not mean clearing your mind. It actually means giving the mind a focal point. So it's the awareness that arises when we pay attention on purpose to something that's happening in the present moment while we suspend our judgment or the internal critic of analysis, right? And so anything can be the focal point of our mindful meditation. It could be the sounds that we're hearing. It could be the feeling of our breath. It could be the food that we're tasting, right? For today, we'll primarily be focusing on our breath and the sound, but just keep that in mind as you begin to develop your mindful practice and extend it into other areas of your life. Now, when the mind wanders, know that that's okay. When we notice that we've become distracted and we're no longer paying attention with intention, treating ourselves with compassion as we just gently acknowledge the fluctuation of the mind and then bring our focus back to our focal point as many times as we need to throughout the practice, right? It could be 1,000 times that we get distracted, and that doesn't matter. There's still benefit in the practice when we acknowledge the distraction and bring our focus back. Every time we do that, it's like doing a bicep curl for our brains. Mindfulness is effective at providing us relief in the moment because when we give the mind a task, research has shown that the default mode network of the brain quiets down. And so that default mode network is often associated with unpleasant headspaces such as rumination, worry, future planning, thoughts of the self, thoughts of others. It's that analytical part that's always kind of reeling in the background, and especially when we don't have something that we're focused on. So we can literally take a vacation from our thinking mind by giving the mind a focal point. We also add deep breathing to our practice so that we can engage the body's parasympathetic nervous system and induce our natural relaxation response. Now, before we get started, we're going to take a little look at some wellness theory, right? We've been going through the 7 tenets of wellness from Dr. Michael Orlowski's book, Wellness Coaching for Lasting Lifestyle Change. And tenet 7 states that increased self-sufficiency increases our self-efficacy and self-esteem. Dr. Michael Orlowski writes, increased self-sufficiency, with increased self-sufficiency comes the confidence and power that overshadows fear. The Australian Aboriginal people say that when a person cannot walk out onto the land and feed, clothe, and shelter themselves adequately, a deep primal fear grips their soul. And so if we don't feel that we have the skills or knowledge required of us to accomplish one of our wellness goals or professional goals, personal goals, whatever it is, that can result in fear and anxiety. And so we can diminish that fear by recognizing what it is that we'd like to learn and dipping our toe into that pool of knowledge. So recognizing our interconnectedness, we grow tremendously when we can care for ourselves on many different levels. Skills, information, and tools that enable us to live more fully and increase our self-respect, self-confidence. These could include knowing how to choose our food wisely, how to become more competent at our career, how to do something functional like do work on our bike or take a hike into a wilderness area, or perhaps even how to bake bread from scratch, which I think is funny because we all know that trend that popped up in 2020. So by learning these skills and teaching them to others, we enrich in our lives by helping ourselves feel more capable. Identify some skill. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. So this is an exercise in self-sufficiency. If you feel called to increase your skills and knowledge, you can identify a skill that you want to learn that would make your life either easier, more economical, or fun, right? Then we can locate a person from whom we can learn that skill and arrange an exchange of knowledge. Perhaps trading in teaching skills to one another, or some other kind of reciprocal arrangement that you both like. A little exercise to put in your cap to increase self-sufficiency. With that being said, we're going to increase our self-sufficiency with our meditation skills. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start by shaking things out, getting loosey-goosey. I know it might feel silly, but we're going to shake our arms and legs. You can stomp your feet, clap your hands. If you're not going to disturb anyone around you, you can even let out a shout, right? Let the tension out by moving through the body and letting the body know to let go of any patterns of gripping, moving the body in whichever way feels good for you. When you feel ready, coming to a place of comfortable stillness. If you need to adjust, that's fine. Beginning to focus on the breath. And we're going to move on the breath, loosening up the shoulders. Inhaling, rolling the shoulders up towards the ears, exhaling down and back. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, down and back. Doing that as many times as feels good for you. When you're ready, on an exhale, gently dropping the chin to the chest. Taking a deep breath here, dropping the shoulders down and away and feeling the stretch at the back of the neck. Now, very gently, moving on the breath, as we inhale, we're going to gently roll one ear to the shoulder, dropping this shoulder down and away. Taking our time, not pushing it, just moving gently with the neck, breathing here. And as we exhale, gently rolling back down to center, feeling the stretch at the back of the neck again. Taking a few breaths here. And on an inhale, gently rolling to the other side, dropping the shoulder down and away, enjoying the stretch here. And when you feel ready, on an exhale, very gently rolling back down to center. Now, if your neck is talking to you and that feels good, you're free to repeat the roll side to side. And when you're ready, gently lift the chin, creating space in the spinal column by imagining that our head is being dangled by a thread, creating this nice alignment as we come down through the body, rolling the shoulders down and back, lifting the chest, and finding expansive room to breathe. Nice strong posture. Now here are our options. We can either find support at the back of our chair while keeping this nice alignment and relax into the chair. Or if you're working from home or have the ability to do so, you can lay all the way down and allow your whole body to relax into whatever is supporting you. Now, when you feel ready, take a deep breath, let out a sigh, and gently let your eyes close. Just allowing yourself to settle in here. When you feel ready, beginning to deepen the breath. Breathing slightly deeper and slightly longer than you would normally. Breathing into the low belly, feeling the belly rise and fall. When you feel ready, bringing your attention to your eye and brow area. Inhaling, we send oxygen to the brow and the eyes. And on the exhale, allowing them to soften so that all the muscles in your eye area begin to melt. When you feel ready, on an inhale, bringing your attention to your jaw, sending oxygen to the jaw. And on an exhale, feeling the jaw relax, release, and let go. Finding space between the teeth, feeling relaxed through the mouth. Bringing our focus back to our breath. mind wanders, knowing that that's okay. Gently acknowledging and bringing the focus back with our inhale. Each time we inhale, we experience a new opportunity to take a vacation from the thinking mind. And each time we exhale, we feel our body relax more and more. Melting deeper and deeper into whatever is supporting us. Inhaling, we focus on our breath. And exhaling, we feel our body relax. Scanning down from the top of our head to the tips of our toes. Allowing the sounds to guide us to a place of great peace and relaxation. the sound of the chime to slowly bring you back. Inhaling, we take a deep breath through the nose, soaking up this feeling of peace and relaxation. And exhaling, we surrender whatever is no longer serving us. Laying it down here and now, and stepping forward. Taking a moment to thank ourselves for engaging in self-care today. Knowing that we are deserving of our own self-love and care, exactly as we are right now in this moment. Beginning to wake up the body, wiggling fingers and toes, moving gently, stretching through the arms and the legs, preserving the sense of relaxation by being gentle with ourselves. Inhaling to blink open the eyes. Exhaling a sigh as we look around, noticing the things in the room with us. Coming back into the room and noticing how we feel now compared to how we felt when we began. And knowing that this feeling is only ever a mindful moment away should we need it. It's a pleasure to be back here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so invigorated by my experiences of fellowship with public health at MPHA, and it's a sincere honor to serve your wellness needs. I have listed a whole bunch of resources in chat. If you're curious about getting involved in the program, please feel free to reach out to me via email or schedule an appointment with me on Calendly. You're very welcome, and have a beautiful, blessed day. I'll see you next week.